This presentation explores the architecture of atonement, how we move from the illusion of guilt to the justice of miracles. We will examine the mind's competing thought systems, how guilt is manufactured and projected, and how a disciplined shift in perception restores innocence and enables consistent, healing action. The mind serves two incompatible masters. The ego teaches separation, fear, and guilt, interpreting life through attack and defense. The Holy Spirit teaches oneness, safety, and innocence, interpreting life through love and extension. Our experience of the world depends entirely on which teacher we choose in each moment. Guilt operates like an iceberg. Above the surface, we see sickness, conflict, and separation. Beneath it lies unconscious guilt and the belief we are cut off from God. This hidden guilt is experienced as pain and drives the construction of a defensive physical world designed to distract us from facing our imagined loss of innocence. Projection is the ego's core mechanism. First, the mind secretly believes it is guilty. Second, this generates intense anxiety and fear of punishment. Third, to escape, the mind projects guilt onto others. Finally, it perceives them as attackers and justifies counterattack. Condemnation, therefore, always reveals unhealed guilt in ourselves. There are two models of justice. The ego's justice is based on vengeance and karmic payback, demanding suffering to balance past offenses. The Holy Spirit's justice rejects retribution and focuses on restoration. It seeks only correction and mercy, dissolving the very idea of vengeance and returning the mind to its original innocence. The diagnostic matrix contrasts sin and error. The ego labels wrongdoing as sin, an unchangeable corruption that demands irreversible punishment. The Holy Spirit reframes it as error, a correctable mistake arising from self-deception. Because reality itself remains untouched, the appropriate response is gentle correction, learning, and the restoration of truth. Every interpersonal encounter is a turning point. We can follow Path A, the ego, by teaching guilt and seeing others' errors as sins, which imprisons both parties. Or we can follow Path B, the Holy Spirit, by teaching innocence, overlooking error, and recognizing the guiltless self in the other, which liberates both. The holy instant is a decisive break with time. In it, we release the past with its grievances and recorded sins, and we drop the future with its fear of retaliation. We enter a continuous present where the urge for vengeance is uprooted. In this state, we recognize that love is already within us. A healed mind follows a clear curriculum. Pillar 1. To truly have, we give to all, learning that extension increases abundance. Pillar 2. To know peace, we teach peace. Discovering, we learn what we project. Pillar 3. We remain vigilant only for God's kingdom, guarding our awareness of wholeness against any form of darkness. A miracle has a precise anatomy. First, through the ego's lens, we see bodies, errors, and attack. Second, the Holy Spirit intervenes, shifting perception so that attack is reinterpreted as a call for love. Third, we recognize the other's inherent guiltlessness. The miracle does not alter physics, it heals perception through love. Forgiveness is redefined. Traditional pardon says, "You truly sinned, but I generously excuse you," which reinforces guilt and superiority. True forgiveness recognizes that the perceived attack was an illusion. It understands that the Son of God cannot truly sin, so no real harm occurred. Therefore, in truth, there is nothing to forgive. Atonement unfolds as a learning circle. First, we choose to see a brother's innocence. Second, we extend the miracle of love in thought and behavior. Third, by releasing others from guilt, we gradually recognize our own inherent guiltlessness. Each act of non-judgment strengthens this circle, stabilizing a unified, healed perception. Two laws govern our experience of having and being. The ego's law of scarcity claims that to have is to take, and giving depletes us. The Spirit's law of extension teaches that giving and receiving are the same. When we give a miracle, we prove we possess it, and fully realize it only by extending it. The real world is the final state of healed perception. It emerges when all projections of guilt have been withdrawn. In this state, Every loving thought is recognized as eternal, and the illusion of death disappears. From this stable peace, God takes the final step, transforming perception into direct, absolute knowledge. The justice of miracles is the recognition of denied innocence. Every miracle quietly affirms that guiltlessness was always present, even when we believed healing was needed. The Holy Spirit's ultimate justice is the realization that the Son of God remains exactly as created, whole, uncorrupted, and forever beyond the reach of sin.